Welcome back to the show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Many of us are getting the itch to travel again, and major airlines are going to get great lengths to give travelers more flexibility as we plan our trips. Joining us now with more is our buddy, the founder of Thrifty Traveler. There he is. It's Jared. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Jason. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you virtually and hopefully soon back here in the studio. Okay, we're going to do deals a little bit later, but let's focus on just news. You know, there's a lot of headlines coming out. People are seeing it on Twitter. They're seeing it on the news. They're seeing it on Facebook. So let's break down some stuff. Let's start with Delta. The news that they're the opening the middle seats is coming to an end. What do we know on that?
Yeah, so at the end of this month, almost 100% that policy will go away. Obviously, flyers have loved, you know, even if you booked a basic economy flight, you'd have a blocked middle seat, which has made it just so much more comfortable. But yes, that will be going away. The airlines finally want to start making money again.
Jared, are you surprised? You know the industry well, obviously. Are you surprised that Delta kept this going as long as they did?
Well, you know, Delta's really put themselves out there as the safe airline to fly, and that they want to, you know, attract premium customers and charge them a premium price. So, you know, they've had this kind of strategy for several years, and this is just kind of the next step on that to attract as many flyers and loyalty as possible.
And don't you think with that, I mean, it's probably not exactly apples to oranges, but the money they lost with the middle seat, they probably got back in goodwill. You know what I mean? In goodwill and publicity, don't you think?
Yeah, there's definitely something that's a part of, I'm sure, their boardroom strategy. And, you know, I agree. I mean, I think that ultimately that goodwill will pay some dividends as far as, yeah, a lot of new flyers and people who will trust Delta, you know, post-pandemic.
One more piece of Delta news. Talk to me about credits. Are they extending the Delta credits?
Yeah. So let's say that, you know, last March of 2020, you canceled a flight for a voucher. There's millions and millions of Americans who did that. You know, a lot of them were expiring soon, and Delta has extended all of those that had been booked in the last year. Those will be extended through December of 2022. So you don't have to stress out about them expiring or, you know, feel like you have to travel right now, which is great.
Let's broaden this out to other airlines. Can you explain, Jared, what voucher cancellations are and what's the headlines on voucher cancellations this week?
Yeah. So, you know, let's say that you had, and this is a whole new concept, you know, the fact that, you know, let's say that I had a flight next week and I wanted to cancel it. You can now cancel for free and then get a voucher for future use on the airline. I mean, this is a creation of the pandemic. Before, I mean, I'm sure there's many of you out there who've had to cancel and pay, you know, $300 to cancel, which is just insane. But yeah, Delta currently, at least through the end of this month, even if you buy a basic economy fare, you can cancel or change for free, even on a basic economy fare, which is the lowest tier and the cheapest. So again, that will be going away more than likely at the end of this month. And then starting on May 1, if you want to have that cancel for a voucher feature on your fare, you'll have to upgrade a little bit to what they call a main cabin or a standard economy fare.
And just to recap, do you think other airlines are going to follow suit with this?
Yes. So American Airlines has already, as of the beginning of this month, instituted that policy where they're hoping that you'll upgrade to that main cabin fare, that, you know, pay a little bit more to get that cancel for a voucher policy. And I really do think that a lot of people will still want that feature going forward and will be willing to pay, you know, a little bit of a premium, you know, up to around $80 to around, I guess I should say $100 now for a domestic flight.
Jared, a lot of people watching probably may have or getting ready to purchase a ticket using their miles. Is there anything changing with miles, how we use them, anything with this?
Yeah, so the one of the neat things with Delta, at least, well, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Right now it's great, is the fact that, you know, if Delta changes the cash price for a fare, let's say they drop it. So like right now you can fly Minneapolis to Vegas for $97 through May. You can also then book a very cheap Sky Miles ticket, so using your miles. So they're actually pegged together. So if the cash price drops, the Sky Miles price drops. So with cash prices being as cheap as they are, a lot of sub $100 fares, you know, to Vegas, to Phoenix, to Orlando through May. I mean, you can use your Sky Miles, or you can use, $97. But, if you got those Sky Miles, I say, burn them.
We have about 30 seconds. I've noticed rental car prices are skyrocketing. Am I seeing things, or is this reality?
No, yeah, we're seeing headlines everywhere. Anecdotally, we're hearing from so many of our followers. So what happened during the pandemic is that the rental car companies sold off a lot of their fleet, didn't buy new vehicles because there was just no demand for it. And now travel is coming back with a vengeance. Places like Florida, Arizona, Hawaii, we're hearing horror stories of people who have a rental car booked through, like National or Hertz, some of the big name companies, and they'll show up and there's no cars available, or they have to wait a few hours for a car to be returned to get one. So, this will last a few months just until, the rental car companies start purchasing more vehicles, but it can get a little dicey. So just, expect that, if you're going to Florida, if you're going to Hawaii, that's just kind of the way it is for the next weeks and months.
Jared is sticking around after the break. When he's here, he's going to tell you the good deals that you can snag, and he'll have that list when we come back. Back right after this. We're learning things today on the show. We don't often do that. Right, Kendall? We don't usually learn things. We're back with Jared from Thrifty Traveler. Hey, buddy. Okay, let's, again, we're just trying to break down some of these headlines. Right now, as we speak here in April, where can Americans go internationally as far as travel?
Yeah, so it's still a little complicated, but some of the exciting ones, I guess, that are opening, like Iceland. If you're vaccinated, you can go there right now, which is pretty amazing. It's the only one of the European Union countries you can go to. And thankfully, starting in late May, early June, Icelandair and Delta will be flying nonstop out of MSP, and flights are cheap, under $500. So that's definitely one of those easy yet foreign international places to visit.
And we're going to get to specific deals in just a second. But broadly speaking, what are some of the more popular / cheapest destinations that we can go right now?
Yeah, domestic travel is in, no question. I mean, with international restrictions, we don't need to go into it. I mean, it's complex.
Yeah.
And domestic travel is as cheap as it will probably ever get. Now is the time to book. Before the break, I was talking, Delta, May 1st, the ability to buy a basic economy Delta fare, and, that cancel for a voucher policy is going to disappear May 1st. So now is the time to be hopping on Google Flights. You're going to thriftytraveler.com to look, because I'm talking $90 to $100 fares nonstop round trip on Delta to places like Seattle, LA, Vegas, Phoenix, Miami. The list is very, very long. If you want to travel through May into early June, I mean, we're talking, again, not one way, nonstop round trip Delta flights for under $110.
People are flocking to national parks, aren't they?
They sure are. And I was at the Grand Canyon 2 weeks ago. If you are going to go to a national park, which you absolutely should, just make sure that you go early, because people are starting to travel. They're excited, and it can get very, very busy. So go early. That's my best tip, because there was over a mile-long line to get into the Grand Canyon around noon 2 weeks ago. So,
and we're looking at
things.
This video you're looking at, folks. This is from Jared. You just got back, didn't you, buddy?
Yeah, and it's beautiful. This is a great time of the year to go. And let's be honest, if you can go to Phoenix for under $100, go to Sedona. There was a photo of Horseshoe Bend, which is up near the Utah border in Arizona. I mean, it's an amazing state, and I'm not getting paid by the Board of Tourism from Arizona to say this, but it's really cool. I'm very fortunate to travel internationally and see so many cool things, but there is so much amazing stuff, just in our own backyard here in the United States.
Yeah, that's a good positive out of this year, is the fact I have a lot of friends going to parks. Okay, let's end as we always do with a roundup of some deals. What's making you happy this week?
Yeah, so let's say that you want to plan something out into February 2022, which I know a lot of us are thinking long term, and we want to check those things off our bucket list. Minneapolis to Tokyo this morning on American Airlines with one stop is $530. That's normally like $1,000, and I know that's like you're like, I can't even go to Canada,
Yeah.
much less go to Japan. But I mean, these are the types of trips that we can expect to take, in February of 2022, and that's a cheap price. Same goes with some places in Europe, like Dublin, for around $450 with one stop. What do we got? We got some other great ones. Obviously, so many domestic deals. I would just honestly go to thriftytraveler.com or hop on Google Flights and just start search some of the places that you want to go, because they are so cheap right now. And now is the time to book, like I said, and just start planning your travel. You might not be ready to get on a plane just yet, but prices, like I said, out as low as they're going to get.
Ever. Yeah, seriously. Take advantage. Do some advanced booking. Jared, thank you. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Jason.
As Jared said, go to thriftytraveler.com for more. All the information that you ever need is right there. They can help you out. Google Flights, another great tool as well.